Hey everyone, it's Mog and welcome back to the Enneagram channel. It has been way too long, though I technically have some excuses like getting married and moving and switching jobs, but finally, now that that's finally all done, I'm hoping to start releasing these on a weekly basis, though I don't have a specific day yet, so at least know that they'll be coming out once a week and be on the lookout for that. So in our last video, we talked about the intelligence centers, the feelings associated with those centers, and which types were in each of those. Though I realized looking back on it, I said a wrong type for the head center. I said 6, 7, 8 when it's actually 5, 6, 7. So my apologies on that. You may have caught it and may have fixed that in your brain yourself since 8 was in the gut center, but just thought I'd clarify that. But today we are going to be talking about passions, the subtypes, and countertypes, and what those are and what that looks like. So what are the passions, or what even is that? So another name for the passions are also vices, and depending on how you look at it, they're either like sins or struggles that each type has. Again, something I want to reiterate, as I've done a couple times in the past few videos, is that each person struggles with these things. The significance about it for each type is that it is more underlying struggle in their life, and it's one they're actually more unaware of than most. And so one of the purposes of the Enneagram is actually to help bring light to those struggles that are hidden to us so that we can grow from that. A definition I found for vice on the internet is it is a practice, behavior, or habit generally considered immoral, sinful, criminal, rude, taboo, depraved, degrading, deviant, or perverted in the associated society. In more minor usage, vice can refer to a fault, a negative character trait, a defect, an infirmity, or a bad or unhealthy habit. So something I found fascinating, I actually learned from The Road Back to You, is that 7 of the 9 passions or vices line up with the 7 deadly sins if you are into religion. So I'm going to go ahead and list all of those out for you, or all the passions out for you. For 8, it is lust. For 9, it's sloth or laziness. 1 is anger. 2 is pride. 3 is self-deceit. 4 is envy. 5 is avarice or greed. 6 is fear. And 7 is gluttony. Something I want to clarify about the passions is some of them sound like big and scary, like, ooh, no, I don't deal with that. Like, for example, lust with the 8. But what I want to clarify is that it's not always associated with the thing that you first assume. Again, using the 8 as an example, it's as though the term lust implies a strong sexual desire, according to its definition. For the 8, it just means a very strong and intense desire that can be equated to the original definition, though not desiring the same thing, if that makes any sense. And same with gluttony for, say, the 7, though that usually involves food. It's just a desire for a lot of different things. So hopefully that all makes sense. If it doesn't, leave me a comment. I'll try to get back to you on that. But next I want to talk about the subtypes. So subtypes are categorized under each of the 9 types as 3 different ways that the passions or vices are expressed. So again, the number 3 again, so there's 3 intelligence centers, 3 types in each of those centers, and now there's 3 subtypes under each of the types. Again, these are 3 aspects of us as humans or our lives, but again, it's just a way that the passion is more focused. So there is social, sexual, or one-on-one, and self-preservation. And what determines which subtype you're in is just which area the passion is more directed towards. So with each of the 9 types having 3 subtypes, we have now 21 total personality types. So that's a lot more than 9. If ever anyone was ever thinking the Enneagram was way too simple for them. So of each of the 3 subtypes, though, there is one called a countertype, and that's what I want to talk about next. It's different for each of the 9 types. Like, it's not always the social type or the sexual type. But all the countertype means is that the behavior of that subtype for that general, for the number type, say like 9, just the behavior looks different than the other subtypes for that overarching type. The reason for this is, generally speaking, each type kind of goes with the flow of their passion, resulting in a very unique behavior to that type. The countertype is subconsciously more aware of the passion and therefore goes against the flow of the passion, resulting in behavior that sometimes looks like an entirely different type, but what still makes it, say, and again, going with the 9, is the underlying thought process and pattern, and it's still struggling with that passion more than the others. But it's not about the behavior, it's about the underlying thought patterns and struggles. So hopefully that all made sense. If it doesn't, please leave me a comment and I can either try to get back to you on your questions or do another video trying to explain it a little bit better. Next time I do video, it's going to be on the Enneagram symbol. As I think I said in an earlier video, there is a method to the madness, meaning that the circle, the way the numbers are positioned, and all those lines do mean something. So hopefully you guys will stay tuned and I will be back next time. Bye.